In this video, we will introduce a time of day client for the Java programming language. A UDP client for testing the UDP. We use the java.net datagram socket instead of java.nio channels.datagram channel. Because datagram channel does not honor calls to set timeout on its underlying datagram socket. The program does simple datagram networking, and the code is easy to figure out. The most interesting feature of this program is that it specifies a timeout so that it doesn't hang forever if the server is down and retries the connection 3 times before giving up. Because UDP is an unreliable protocol and a server's response could be lost in the network. Let's write our client. The first thing we'll do is we'll use the localhost and port 5 times 5. So here we'll define our host and also our port with an int. Immediately after, we'll create a socket to use. We'll specify a 1-second timeout so that the receiver does not block forever. Socket.setTimeout. And we'll set it to 1 second. Following this, we'll create a buffer which will hold the response. On overflow, extra bytes are discarded. There's no possibility of a buffer overflow attack here. We'll use the datagram packet and we'll pass it our buffer and also our buffer's length. And also an inet socket address with our host and our port. Now we'll do our for loop to try 3 times before giving up our connection to the server. I is less than 3. And we'll send an empty datagram to the specified host. We'll use a socket to actually send the packet, and then we'll wait for a response. As we can see here, we wait for the response or time out after 1 second. We make room for the response, and then here we wait for the response. We'll use the system.out to decode and print the response. We'll get the length of the packet, and we'll also use US ASCII. If we're successful, we break. And to finalize our try catch, we'll catch the socket timeout exception. And we'll log that to the console with a message saying no response. We're done with the channel now, so let's close the socket. So here we have our client. The next lesson we'll implement our server. This concludes our discussion of the time of day client in Java.